The blacksmith. We did not know it at the time, but we created our own doom. Let's go back a few hundred years. Every town, every city, every village, every fortification, they were called the toolsmith, blacksmith, or even the swordsmith, but most commonly, the blacksmith. Over the years, blacksmiths help invent the modern world we live in today that is filled with machines and technology. Without the blacksmith, these machines and technology would not be here today. That is why it is so hard for a blacksmith and even a knife maker to make any money in today's modern world. There is a machine that can outperform every single blacksmith and every single knife maker on the planet, and it's all due to their own creativity. So in today's video, I am going to show you tips and tricks that I use to overcome these challenges that the blacksmiths and knife makers face every single day in trying to make a living to feed their families. Watch to the end, because by the end of this video, I guarantee you'll know something that you didn't before. Step 1, have a variety. This is a variety of things that I make at my forge here in New Mexico. To start off, the most simple out of any of these is this meat steak flipper for barbecue grill. I can make a set of about 15 of these in an hour or less, just depending on what I'm doing. Make something simple that sells. These sell. It costs me about $5 for a 7-foot long barb steel. I can make 3 or 4 of these depending on how thick it is. And I sell each of these for about $15. Something else is, this is my mom's spatula. She hates the spatula I made, so she let it sit in a bucket of water and let it rust because I use carbon steel. Don't tell her I said that, she's gonna beat me with it later. This is a spatula I forged for my mom. She actually gave me specifications on what she wanted, so I made this. This took me a little longer to make than one of those, but make kitchen utensils. These things sell like crazy. Another thing I make, which is pretty simple, is wall hooks. These come in a set for $25. I sell a lot of wall hooks because people have, especially here in the mountains of New Mexico, people have log cabin style homes, which is the rustic theme. They have forged steel and wrought iron and all kinds of forged themes throughout their house. So I sell a lot of these. Yeah, you can sell a set of these for about $25 or more depending on what you do, the materials you use, and how fancy you make them. Make wall hooks. They sell like crazy. Another thing, especially here in New Mexico, there's a lot of outdoors people. No, this is not brass knuckles to slay your enemies with. Especially here in New Mexico, everybody knows what brass knuckles are. This is a fire starter. This end has a real sharp corner, and usually you grip it like this and hit a piece of flint, and it will create a spark, and you can start campfires. I sell this for $8. Here's another one I made. I tweaked the ends, you can see a little bit, so the way you can open bottles with this variant of flint striker. I sell these ones for $5. Something that's more complicated, and this doesn't sell as often because it's more expensive, is wall sconces. Here's a rose wall sconce that I forged. Selling a set for $50. So be sure to focus on a variety of things. Whenever you go to shows and you have a website and Facebook and social media, don't focus on just making wall hooks or just making knives. Focus on everything you can make out of metal, and that will make you money. Next up is get efficient tools. Tools that will speed up the process of whatever you make, because if you are fast, that means you have more time, and time equals money. Money doesn't buy happiness, but I've never seen a man crying a Lambo. For example, I have figured that buying a gallon of gas every few days is cheaper than paying the electric bill for an electric motor. That is what I figured for New Mexico. I don't know about other states. Different areas have different electric bills. But for me personally, this saves me a lot of money. Not only can I grind out stuff really quick, it saves me money on the fuel. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the forge. I recommend a propane forge for making knives and forging stuff as a blacksmith. Some people will say coal or charcoal is better. It can be for certain scenarios. Propane can heat a block of steel up more evenly, while charcoal can get hotter. You can put big pieces of steel like a gate or a fence post or big things you're working on a pile of charcoal and heat up the whole thing, while you can only put skinny things in this propane forge. If you're trying to have tools that are efficient and making you money, you do not want to be using a Harbor Freight anvil. Get yourself a good anvil that will last a long time, that actually is not made out of cardboard. How bad this surface and corners are chewed up. That's just from making knives off of it, and I made a sword off of that one too. I don't recommend anything from Harbor Freight or any cheap hand anvils from eBay because they're just not efficient. All the energy, once you hit your piece of steel, isn't going to go into the piece of steel. It's going to go into the soft anvil. It's just not going to work out good. So if you have a big anvil that is heavy and hard steel, at least the top layer is hardened, like mine, which is going to forge it out a lot faster, if you know what I'm trying to talk about here. Get a good anvil, get a good grinder, get a good forge. Those three things, anvil, grinder, forge, will majorly help speed up the process and make you money. While we're here at it, you don't necessarily need a good vise, but if you have a good vise, that also helps out really good too. Next up, the junk pile. As a blacksmith, collect as many rusted things for as low of a price as possible, because everything in this pile right here I can turn into something and make money out of. These leaf springs over here and all these springs I got off of a trade. I had a bunch more, but the other half of them is at my other workshop over in Red Hill, New Mexico. Get as much rusted stuff as you can for as low of a price as possible, so the way you can take this stuff and forge it and make money out of it. So that you can get more rusted stuff and forge it some more, so you can get more money out of it, so the way you can get cooler tools. Cat sitting there, she's very curious. What I was saying about the leaf springs is I did a trade with these. I had a knife laying around that was in my inventory that was not selling. I saw a guy on Facebook looking to sell a huge pile of these leaf springs. Like I said, some of them aren't here, the other half of them are over in my shop. I said, hey, that's worth quite a bit. You want this custom hand-forged knife, and I'll come and take the leaf springs off your hands. He said, sure. So I got the leaf springs and a bunch more stuff, not all of it, but some other stuff mixed in with that. To add into this, you want to source if you're gonna order steel or buy materials offline, find the cheapest possible places to get it. As soon as you find those super cheap places, that equals more money that you can put in your pockets. So find cheap metal and forge it into stuff. You are looking to make money, I'm going to go off of the wise words of Andrew Tate. Unfortunately, whether you agree with him or disagree with him, love him or hate him, what he says about making money is true, unfortunately. You have to buy a camera or use your phone or some way to take pictures and to post stuff on the internet. And nowadays, unfortunately, everything runs off the internet. You're not going to make money unless you have internet. Word of mouth can make you money, but nowadays, if you're really looking to make money, internet. Buy a camera, start recording everything you make, post them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, every place you can post your work, post it. If you do enough of those a day, not only will you get monetized by social media accounts, basically they will put advertisements on your posts and then send you a check in the mail. But you can also promote your work through the entire world, and you'll get a lot more customers than just your local areas. What Andrew Tate says, I'll pull up the video in a second. Basically, you're gonna post videos every single day and everywhere you can post them. Eventually, you'll have enough fans and followers that the social media is gonna pay you. From what I know is they're gonna put advertisements on your videos and your pictures. People like you guys watching this video is gonna see that advertisement. That advertiser sends YouTube money, then YouTube sends me money. So, promote your brand through the internet. so that way you can reach worldwide customers that not only are going to be your customers, but going to be loyal fans that'll watch your videos and hit the like button on your pictures and everything else you do, so that way other companies such as YouTube or Facebook can pay you. Another way that you can make money as a blacksmith or knife maker that's not directly selling an item to people is teach them. I've had people say you have to be a master before you can teach anybody. Wrong. I've had people say, well, you need to be doing it for a certain amount of years before you can teach somebody. Wrong again. I've had people say, well, you're not very well known, so you can't teach people. Wrong again. If you know a skill and you are good at that very skill, and you know what you're doing is right, you can teach people, whether you have the rank of master, whether you have 5 years of experience, 10 years of experience, or 80 years of experience. You can share your knowledge with however many people you want, no matter your title, your rank, or how old or young you are.
We do not grant you the rank of master.
What?
Another thing you need to do before you start selling your stuff is make sure you are good at what you sell. If you are not good at forging wall hooks, or if you're not good at making knives, or if you're not good at making steak flippers, then you're not going to be efficient at making them, and then you will not make money trying to sell them. And then a whole lot of people just aren't going to like the overall quality of them, and they're not going to buy them. That's the simple truth. I wanted to announce the winner for the Meat Slayer, aka the turkey carving set I made in the previous video. The winner is Tim Archuleta. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, I apologize. I will be sending you a message very shortly. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.